Hey, IT changemakers, and welcome to the DEX Show with Tom McGraw. Let's get into it.
It's always been a point of real fascination to me how the mobile device, in particular, creates a kind of workplace without walls. Whether people are on some kind of a front line or they're working hybrid or simply having to operate across so many multiple locations and time zones, that the mobile is their one kind of point of continuity. It's fair to say mobile experience has become a really crucial part of any employee's digital employee experience in total. However, while organizations have necessarily become much better at managing mobile devices from an IT or security perspective in general, understanding the actual experience that employees are having on devices um, has for long been something of a black box. It has long been something of a mystery. A state of affairs, however, that is finally quickly beginning to change, and that's what we're going to explore today on Reality Bytes. Dina and I are here, and we're joined by two very special guests to explore this topic and to explore the evolution in this specific area of digital employee experience. Going to introduce you both one by one. Starting with you, Rose, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Happy to be here. I'm Rose Cicala. I've been at Nexting for 3 years. I am working with Mile and our product team on our VDI side, supporting our mobile and VDI solutions.
Thank you, Rose. That's fantastic. And now to introduce our second guest, or to ask our second guest to introduce themselves. Welcome to the Deck Show, Mile Djokic.
Thank you, Tom, and welcome to all listeners. I'm a senior product manager here at Nextwing, almost I think now 3 years, and my main role these days is actually bringing digital experience to mobile devices, which is a really interesting journey so far, and I think also quite a journey which I have ahead of me.
We had a very big announcement last month. It's an announcement a lot of people in the industry have been waiting for a long time. Pitch us, first of all. What was announced and why does it matter?
So let's start with a really simple pitch, I would say. And it's basically we're bringing for the IT teams mobile employee experience, moving them from just mobile device management to visibility into mobile devices itself. And the main reason for that is, as of today, they mainly know how to enroll a device, a little bit about compliance, but they didn't have really any visibility into mobile devices, what is happening in mobile devices. You could say it's a kind of a black hole for IT, what's happening on a mobile device. But actually, mobile becomes really important. They're not secondary devices. Retail workers use mobile devices day to day. If there are any connection issues, they cannot finish their work. Nurses use the devices in hospitals, and if the device have an issue, they cannot bring the services to the patients. So it's really key important to get mobile experience. And it's not about just data collection. It's about how data can be interpreted by our customers. And I think here's next the strongest part in the market, because it's really how our platform works and how it brings visibility to all those data points to our customers.
DEX for mobile specifically, Rose. Why is this such an important step forward?
Yeah, good question. I mean, Mile, just like Mile was saying, right? There's metrics that the UEM tools are providing, right? And that can give you some indication, but there's really that bigger story of like how can a an employee actually do their job with a mobile device. And traditionally Nextthink and other DEX providers have been focused on laptops, right? Or even virtual sessions, but there hasn't been much of a focus on the mobile market, the mobile devices, which is kind of shocking, honestly, because there are so many industries and so many companies that laptop is not their first device, right? It is it's a mobile device that is being used for patient care. It is dependent on getting revenue for retail, for food and beverage industries, for even for entertainment venues now, right? They're scanning with a phone. So many of these companies manufacturing are all dependent upon a mobile device. And then there's this visibility gap where you don't have more than just a few metrics from your UEM tool. So this is a huge step forward because we're now taking those insights, those automations, those actionable pieces that we've been traditionally providing for, laptops and virtual sessions, and now we're translating that for a mobile team that didn't have something prior.
Totally aligned with that. It's an evolution of how we are working, right? And how work is being done remotely and in different industries. So, what defines mobile work in 2026? And how do you see this evolving over the next few years?
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing customers kind of look at mobile devices as, like I said, a growing in popularity as the first line device, right? Where they're kind of abandoning a traditional laptop where they didn't need it. They're looking at tablets, they're looking at phones, and they're seeing, wow, there's so many different capabilities that these devices can do now. Let's transition our technologies there. So we're hearing from customers, especially in healthcare, right? That they're moving to a mobile first strategy. So that's a trend I think we're going to continue to see. But on the administrative side, we're also going to see the UEM tools up their game on what metrics they can provide, what insights they can do it with more frequency, right? And the important thing to remember is that that to understand if they can actually do their job, if that DEX story, it's more than just those metrics. You have to have a holistic picture. You have to really understand the context in which the user is using the device. You have to understand the network, the apps, all of those pieces. So I do see this getting to be more of a top of mind for both SaaS vendors and for mobile engineers. But you have to also keep in mind that, there is still going to be that need for a holistic picture and not just additional metrics.
Mile, it's no secret there's been a degree of impatience inside users of this specific functionality, right? Inside IT, I should say, inside DEX teams, to be even more specific. Not to put too fine a point on it, Mile, but why has it taken until now the next thing to really come forward and solve this problem? What were the hardest technical or product challenges to overcome?
It's a really good question. So first of all, I mean, as we all know, in product development, there are always kind of competing priorities, and depending how we see the market and also the need of our customers, we had different priorities. Like we put like VDI before mobile because we really saw the need of VDI, and I think our customers are really happy with the solution we deliver to them. But mobile is also kind of a different technical challenge. Mobile operating systems are, let's say, quite young compared to Windows, Mac. Because they're young, they have much more restrictions, which is a good thing because of security and privacy. So understanding which data we can collect, which data makes sense to collect, it takes time. But also there's this big fragmentation on mobile. We have Android, we have iPad, we have iPad OS, all three of the things that we're supporting with our solution. I mean, there's also Vision OS, which we don't support as of today, but you see, just the fragmentation is super widespread. And I don't want to even to start going down how the devices are managed from an unmanaged device, a device with a work profile, supervised, not supervised. So, and all of these flavors bring their own challenges with them. And there's a third reason. We did not want it just to bring another inventory dashboard to the market because our customers have them in UAM or tools, or they export it and have their BI dashboard where they see this data. It was really understanding which data makes sense to extract and also be transparent which data we can get out of the operating system and give actionable items and metrics to our customers that they can react on that. Let's think about the example. If a single device has an issue with a battery, it's maybe not a major problem. But if all devices from the same manufacturer have suddenly battery issues, it's something that we want to operationalize and see and act quickly. It's easier to switch one device than switch a complete device fleet. So it comes really about the use cases our customers have with mobile devices, bringing this visibility and making that actionable for our customers. And I think also we see that more and more devices are becoming Android device, for example, Android devices. In any shop, if you go today, or iOS devices, if you want to go grocery shopping, you see suddenly all these self-checkout devices. All of those are, in the end of the day, Android devices. Or in the Apple Store, you don't go anymore and follow the person to a desk. The seller comes to you and finishes the work where you are standing. So mobile devices are becoming really critical these days.
Without that getting too much technical into it, but how does Nextthink actually capture and interpret mobile experience data in a way that's meaningful for IT?
So not getting technical is kind of a challenge for me because
Late,
because
yeah.
That's the technical part. Not getting
uh,
way too technical on the how-tos.
yeah. So no, I think at the good thing at Nextthing is that quite a broad spectrum of product managers are technical, but to not switch into that part right now, it's really we are capturing signals from official approved sources on the mobile device with our native application on Android and iOS. We don't try to bypass something or to use hidden APIs because we know that Apple, Google can close them pretty fast, and then we don't get this information anymore. So this is one part how we get the data from the devices, and the second part is we talked a lot that mobile devices are managed in unified endpoint management solutions, and there's also quite some information that is important for our customers, like the compliance or how the devices are managed. And there we have integrations into the solution, especially right now Intune, to enrich the data that we have. So it's really about being transparent which data we collect and the different sources how we collect to provide our customers meaningful information that they can see and action on it.
Rose, I'm interested in how the mobile experience piece connects with and enhances the wider digital employee experience picture. So, looking ahead, what capabilities or use cases does mobile experience really unlock but weren't previously accessible to Nextthink users?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, in general, right? We didn't have mobile support, so just having visibility into the mobile estate, I think that was pretty obvious. But we're expanding and extending, a lot of those capabilities and use cases that you previously had with other technologies, right? So thinking about like asset management, right? How can you optimize that so you're only replacing devices that need it or batteries that need it, right? So we've done that before. We're applying that at those insights to mobile. Talk about network health, connectivity, pieces around that. There is a unique piece with the mobile metrics where we're also looking at a cellular connection, cellular data plans, right? For some customers, maybe that's an optimization that they want to make, right? Understanding who needs to have a cellular plan, who's not using it, can you use Wi-Fi, that sort of thing. So there's some pieces there. Um, and then I think what's probably most unique to mobile is the application insights. Now we have that of course on other technologies, but the application insights are really something that other tools can't get into on a mobile device. And I think Mile probably will explain it best on, what he's doing and where we're going with that.
Yeah, I mean, for especially this application activity insights, it's quite a unique thing that we have for the Apple ecosystem, I would say. It's really understanding which kind application is doing which connection. So just to give you an example, we have today AI Drive, which gives us the visibility on our desktop which AI tools are used. And basically, we can help with AI Drive to drive a little bit compliance which AI tool should be used and make users aware that a certain tool maybe should not be used. But on mobile, we're missing this information. And what I can happen today, an employee can switch to his mobile device and suddenly use, let's say, a non-compliant AI tool there. And with this application activity, we can understand which application is sending connections to certain domains, not only as a native app, if someone is downloading like DeepSeek, but also if he uses his browser to reach out to a certain AI endpoint. I think that's quite important to help our customers to stay compliant in this fast changing world with AI.
We already answered now the question of
A
how
little bit.
we are keeping the product in the visibility part. So I'll jump to the last one, which is which features are you personally most proud of in this product or in this project, Mile?
I mean, it's a complete new product, so it's hard to pinpoint a single feature itself. I would say one point that I'm really proud of is, first of all, that we brought these complex topics of mobile into next thing, into digital end user experience, giving our customers meaningful insights how they can interpret this data itself. The most personally proud, we just talked about this, it's really the app connection, I would say. It's really understanding not only which AI tool is used, it just opens that many use cases beside understanding which application actually is adopted. tools tell us today that an application is installed, but if my colleague comes, who is the app owner, and asks, hey, is my application used? I can give him a thumbs up and smile and say, yeah, it's installed on all devices, but I'm missing the information who is using it. Is it used on all devices? Or another use case is we all know that phishing mail is getting much better these days. So it's not the grammatical issued email anymore. It's a well-formatted email, looks like coming from Microsoft. If I click on it, Chrome will open it, but it will connect to Microsoft and not Microsoft. But we understand that an application was doing just one or two connection to a certain domain, and this is already suspicious. So we see this connectivity information gives us that much information that we didn't have today on mobile devices itself. And I don't want to talk too much about the future, but I think in the future there's something on the horizon where I will be even more proud of it, and therefore also our customers will be really happy to adopt to the additional features that are on the horizon for this year for mobile experience.
Fab. Rose, who's the ideal buyer for mobile experience? Who should be paying the most attention out there right now?
Yeah, I mean, there isn't one particular, role persona, I would say, but it's really what are the teams that are struggling that with insights that depend on mobile devices for their business. Really, I mean, let's be fair. Having mobile insights is going to be a great for any deck strategy for any industry, even if you're not, fully dependent on your mobile devices for your business. But the ones, healthcare, we're talking manufacturing, retail, all of those where, you know, the mobile engineers don't have the data. They have little pieces, and I wouldn't even say, oh, you have to have a ton of, tickets to make this worthwhile, because what we're hearing from customers is a lot of times, especially in like healthcare, the they don't even no one has time to file a ticket if their device isn't working, right? They just throw it aside, try to get a new one. So it's really a whole effort of it is where's the pain? Is that do you not have the insights, and are you watching all your other teams get automations, get modernized with their IT strategy, and you're left just kind of on this rigid, traditional IT plan, and you want to move to something that's more modern, right? So I would say you just have to have that need and that vision, and mobile experience for next think is going to be the solution for you.
Fabulous. Rose, it's come up a couple of times. Mention of VDI experience.
Yeah.
It makes me think you are the master of closing blind spots in the IT landscape. This might be your specialty. We haven't really had a proper discussion on the show about VDI experience for a good few months. So maybe bring the listenership up to date with wherever product's at and where it's going next.
Yeah, sure. I mean, in a very similar vein, right? Like the VDI teams, and there's such a variety of different VDI types these days, so it will really depend on what you're using today. But as we move more to the cloud and have solutions like AVD, Windows 365, AWS workspaces, um, you know, Nexthink supports all of those, right? And you're really just translating all of the insights and the value that you can get from the physical devices to those virtual devices and help the teams kind of work more cohesively together. There's the troubleshooting aspect, right? Because VDI is notorious for having problems, whether they are VDI problems or problems caused by applications or the network or other teams, right? But kind of giving that bigger picture of understanding how the teams can work. VDI as a specialization. I have said in many calls, it could be a different language in some cases, right? There's so many acronyms, so many components that, uh, you know, even technical people can't understand unless you're an expert. So that means that those specialists, those VDI specialists, are a high cost asset. And when you're sending all of these issues to them to fix, and they don't even end up being their problem, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of resources. So what Next can do is help really bring a shared responsibility amongst the anybody who's troubleshooting and helping to improve the employee experience for those virtual devices. And where we're going, we're like I said, we're supporting all of those cloud. Where we have Citrix and Omnissa as well. So if you're having an on-prem solution, if you're migrating, to a cloud, Nexting can also help track before, after performance in that way. And the roadmap is continually adding new metrics and features around those infrastructure pieces too to support those on-premises deployments. So we're really excited to just with mobile and VDI to have this holistic picture and really embrace the power of our Infinity platform against these different technologies and metrics.
Are there any blind spots left, Rose? I was just wondering.
I mean, there's always going to be blind spots. Sure, we're working towards thin client support as well, so adding another technology. I'm sure there will be more to come. I'm not privy to the super secret roadmap items beyond this year, but next thing's always on the edge, right? Of providing insights and DEX automations. So I think we all have to just stay tuned. It's gonna be great.
Mile, you were just saying before the show, weren't you? Don't know how customers keep up. Always new announcements, always new innovations.
Yes, I mean, we're adding every time something new to the DEX equation, but I think we have now a kind of a full picture. We have our endpoints, we have VDI, and now we have also finally mobile, bringing the full equation there that our customers can understand on all their devices for all the employees what is happening and helping all the employees. If it's frontline workers, if it's uh, knowledge workers like we all of here, and even frontline workers that are using VDI to access certain applications.
Right. Right. Yeah, and I mean, it's like in healthcare, right? We're seeing mobile and VDI, they're interdependent. Those teams are using VDI on Epic, Cerner, they're using it on an iPad. So it's really important that we provide those engineers visibility not only into the virtual machine, to the network, to the applications, but also into the client device, which in this case and in growing in popularity are mobile devices. So it's all interconnected. Yeah.
Feels like a great moment to give up what I think is our first official plug of the year for Experience 2026, where I'm sure visitors are going to have opportunities to learn more about both mobile experience and VDI experience, alongside every essential topic related to DEX. Of course, it is, as anybody listening probably already knows, the definitive DEX event. As they might not know, this year there will be no European event. There will only be one event for the entire world, one experience to rule them all. It's in Orlando, Florida, at JW Marriott Grand Lakes. A beautiful hotel, everybody says. It's running from October the 5th to the 7th. And you're going to be able to find out more on the website. We've got a link to it in the show notes. So please do check that out. There's already some insights into the agenda available, and you're able to book your ticket at special discounted rates right away. So don't delay. It's going to be a fantastic trip for everybody who loves DEX. And just remains for me to thank Dina for joining me and helping me out today, and
Thank
Rose
you.
and Mile for being our guests. It's been wonderful to have you both. It's a great topic, a lot of interest and enthusiasm about this area, and we really, really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us. It was great. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's it for this week's DEX Show. We'll be back next week. And if you don't already, be sure to follow the show so you don't miss an episode. Until next time.